Hey, what's up, guys? And today I just want to come on here and talk about this up-and-coming winter storm for the Northeast and just talk about what the potential is for this. So first, we're just going to go into each of the model runs from overnight, and we're going to look at them, and then I'm going to tell you what could happen and what I think could happen and why. So first, we're going to take a look at the GFS model for overnight. And this is the OOZ run. And you see this is the weekend storm. We're going to bring a lot of snow to the Great Lakes, a lot of rain, severe weather threat for the southeast and just east. And then this is our storm for next week. You see that big trough building, which is where you see the blue lines kind of hit the red lines. You see it like dips down and creates like a U shape almost. And that is where the jet stream is. And typically when you get a big dip in the jet stream, you have potential for big storms, which is what we're going to see here. And you see it rise the jet stream, and that piece of energy comes down from the west, drops down, then it starts to develop into a low pressure system above Texas. Then it begins to deepen, and then you can see it goes up the coast, and it's a Miller A nor'easter. The ensembles show a little bit of agreement with this, but at the same time, they also show that it could just like slide off the coast and not go up the east coast, and it has not been showing that it goes up the east coast until the overnight runs. And we take a look at the European model here, and you get that same storm, then you get the same storm. It looks about the same, right? Develops a little bit earlier, then it begins to deepen, and right about there, you see off the coast of the Carolinas, it just starts to rapidly intensify, 977, 987, and then it just bombs out, becomes blizzard conditions, classic nor'easter. And if you take a look at the run, the 12Z from yesterday for the European, you can see it shows kind of similar, but it's not as strong, and it kind of really doesn't develop till it's way off the coast, and it doesn't really do anything. And if you take a look at the Canadian model, this model, it gave us a bit of a fancy run. It's 6 days out. It's not really fancy, but I don't think this is realistic. But you see, it comes down, develops in the same spot. So right about here, we pretty much know what's going to happen. It's almost 4 days out, so all models pretty much agree that this is what's going to happen. It's going to drop down, start to develop there. Then this is where the question marks start to begin. Then you see, drops down to the Gulf, develops off the coast of Georgia, goes up the coast, classic Miller A, really close to the coast, but it brings all snow to the I-95 corridor, and it just bombs out, becomes an absolute blizzard. And again, if you go back to the run yesterday from the 12Z, it shows something similar, but you can see how it kind of is way farther off the coast. And on the OOZ run, it shows it off the coast of Delaware, and now it's way further out, and it's only it's like thousands of miles out to sea, or 500 miles. And that obviously doesn't bring as much snow, light band of snow, to the I-95 corridor. However, all the models are trending towards it going up the coast, which I think is a real possibility. I think that we could get something that looks maybe not as strong as this, but looks similar to this. I also think we could get something that the GFS showed from yesterday, where it kind of just doesn't really go up the coast. It kind of just goes out to sea like that, and it doesn't really bring that heavy snow up to New England and the areas that really want the snow that haven't seen a lot of snow in the past few years. So either of those two options are on the table still. We're going to continue to monitor this and see where it trends to. But if you take a look here, let's go to this frame right here, 140 hours out. And then you compare all the models here. This is the GFS. This is the Canadian. This is the European. So the GFS is here, Canadian or Europeans here. You see, they're pretty similar with the timing, but at the same spot. And then you have that Canadian, which is a little bit further west and south, and it takes a little bit longer to develop, and it'd be more of a Thursday type storm for the new northeast. The reason this is because there's almost two pieces of energy, one towards the east, and then there's one like a second piece of energy that drops down from the Great Lakes. And if you get that first piece of energy to develop, then you'll get something like the GFS shows, and it'll be strong, but it won't go up the coast like that, and it'll be earlier. But if you get that first piece of energy to be delayed a little bit, and allow the second piece of energy to catch up to it, then they can combine and become negatively tilted, and that's when it goes up the coast and just becomes an insane blizzard, which is what we see on the Canadian. Um, so, yep, we're going to have to continue to monitor this. Take a look at the snowfall totals just for fun. This is the overnight run from the Canadian. Just shows an insane amount of snow. Widespread 2 feet all up and down the northeast. One's a corridor in Delaware that drops to 31. I don't think that's realistic. It could be big. I don't know if it'll be that big. Anyway, guys, I'll keep you updated. Have a good day.